Hi, folks. I'm Dr. Doug, and today I'm going to be talking about the sources of emotional exhaustion for stylists. If you yourself are a stylist, then it is no surprise that there is emotional exhaustion, burnout, fatigue, whatever you want to call it. Some of the things that contribute to that exhaustion are out of your control, and you really can't do much about that. So there are other factors, of course, which makes it even more important that when there are factors that are within your control, that you try to minimize those as much as possible. One of the things that contributes to that exhaustion is when clients treat you like their therapist. And although you, as most stylists are people, great listeners, great communicators, really care about people, that doesn't mean that you've received training on how to listen to people's various challenges in their life in a way that you are still able to protect yourself and watch your own well-being. Clients are coming to you and they are talking about random problems. So maybe it's something as superficial as some garbage happening at work, or maybe a little bit more serious about something that's going on with their partner, or maybe more serious like domestic violence, or even more serious, well, maybe not more serious, but just as serious. Maybe they start talking about childhood traumas. If you're a stylist, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. Just like telling these stories that just typically you would not hear out in public. And yet, in that situation, as the stylist, you may feel some pressure or some expectation to just take it, listen, then show some kind of compassion, some kind of empathy. And you can sort of see how, if that happens on a regular basis, how that would just leach a lot of that emotional energy out of you. Another source of emotional exhaustion for stylists is when stylists take responsibility for clients' happiness. As we know, as most of us know, our hair is such a major part of our identity. It is sort of out there in the world. It defines how we physically present to everybody. Even if clients don't expressly say, I need you to make me happy, you definitely get that feeling, where it's like, oh, I know that if I can just get my hair to do this, my whole outlook will change. Life will be different. I'll finally get the partner of my dreams. I'll finally be respected at work. And if you, as the stylist, actually buy into that, or not even buy into it, but allow yourself to feel that pressure of, oh gosh, I'm supposed to sort of help this person to totally shift their life. That's a huge amount of responsibility on any single person. Another source of emotional exhaustion for stylists is, and I don't want to generalize or stereotype, but there does seem to be like a higher baseline of anxiety for a lot of stylists. Who knows if, chicken or the egg, like did the industry make people feel more anxious, or do anxious type of people enter the industry? I sort of think that one is the actual truth, where I think that the industry draws people who are very detail-oriented, hardworking, motivated. And those are sort of characteristics that you often see with people who have slightly higher baselines of anxiety. There are lots of pros to that, as you know. It sort of gives you energy, it drives you, it makes you always want to be better. At the same time, anxiety can weigh you down and contribute to that exhaustion, sort of have an internal dialogue that's telling you that you should always be better and sort of beating yourself up for making mistakes. And so that higher baseline of anxiety, even though there are many positive aspects to it, it can wear you down. Another source of emotional exhaustion for stylists is going into self-protect mode. If you think about all of the things that I've previously talked about in regards to things that contribute to that emotional exhaustion, a lot of stylists will try to protect themselves by putting a wall between them and the client of, maybe they will come across as callous or only half listening. Believe it or not, this is so unfortunate that self-protect mode contributes to the exhaustion. It actually does not make it better, even though you would think that, oh, well, I'm blocking the source of the exhaustion. It's not really true, because that self-protect mode takes a lot of energy, right? Like different things are coming at you from various clients all throughout the day. And so you are blocking, trying to distract yourself, trying to ignore the emotional reactions that you're noticing in yourself. You're trying to put up like a fake exterior. And all of that is just so exhausting. The final contributor that I'm going to be talking about that contributes to emotional exhaustion for stylists is when stylists confuse the service industry for the selfless industry. As I said before, this industry draws a certain type of person, somebody who is a people person. You like people, you really like making people happy and feel good, and you like contributing to that, like that you are part of that because of your skills and your gifts, that you can help people to feel better than when they came in. I think that going along with that mindset is also this additional piece of feeling like you have to put other people's needs in front of your own. Maybe if that occasionally happens, or maybe if that only happens in certain parts of your life, maybe it's sort of tolerable. But if this is the thing that you do the majority of your time, every single day, you can sort of see how that would be just very, very tiring. Just as simple as allowing clients to have all of the airtime in a conversation where everything is just all about them, all of the energy just moves in one direction, and there's sort of no replenishment coming back at you. Again, you could do that for a short period of time, but if you are expecting yourself to do that consistently over and over again, there's going to be a cost that has to be paid. That is emotional exhaustion, burnout, whatever name you want to put on that. In this video, I just talk about the sources of emotional exhaustion. In the next video I put out for stylists, I will be talking about the solutions. What can you do to actually help prevent or improve the emotional exhaustion that stylists experience? Well, that's it, folks. I'm Dr. Doug, and I will see you next time.